Today is all about self-concept. I will be diving into this topic and more in today's video, so stay tuned. Hello loves, and welcome back to another video. I'm so happy to have y'all joining me. This is the space for you to create a life that you absolutely love. I'm Mandy, I'm a mindset and manifestation coach, and I help you release your limiting beliefs so you can pave your own personal path to paradise. I offer one-on-one coaching for mindset and manifestation work. I have a free Facebook community group that y'all can join called Pave Your Paradise. I also have a podcast called Pave Your Paradise Podcast and a blog. All can be found at www.mandyjross.com. Now that we have all of that out of the way, let's dive into today's topic, self-concept. I absolutely love chatting about this because self-concept is not just important, it's literally critical to address your self-concept when it comes to manifesting anything that you want into your life. So I want to start by saying that self-concept should never be mistaken or used in place or thought of in the same way as self-care. Self-care is not the same as self-concept. Self-care is beautiful and literally usually is to do with things like, beauty or taking care, nourishing, your body, mind, soul. But going and getting your nails done or your hair done or, taking time to even exercise, those kinds of things are by all means beautiful habits to take care of yourself, but those are self-care, not self-concept. And I will get into what exactly self-concept is. So self-concept, essentially, bottom line definition, is what you believe about yourself. And in this video, I'm going to be going over the importance of it and how that really affects your ability to not only manifest, but consistently have things show up for you in your life. And also the best ways that you can go about implementing self-concept so that it really is second nature to you. So the reason why self-concept is so important, especially when we're talking about manifestation, is because the way in which you view yourself, the way in which you believe yourself to be, is exactly the way in which your external world is going to be shown to you. Basically, I'll put the link to the, whether it's below or above at the time that this video comes out, I'll put the link to Everyone Is You Pushed Out, because essentially, Everyone Is You Pushed Out is basically a pushed out version of what you believe yourself to be. And that's why I go over and over this concept with you guys, because to really nail it in and hammer it into y'all, that how you view yourself within, how you internalize your beliefs about you, each and every one of you watching has certain beliefs about yourself. And the more that you are able to solidify and hammer in positive, loving beliefs about yourself, you're going to start to notice that shift externally. If you already haven't, if you're already doing that, amazing. That's way ahead of the game than a lot of other people. Not that anybody is comparing anybody, but you should only ever be comparing yourself to your yesterday self, in my opinion, which is what I do. And every day I still consciously have to work on self-concept, because even being, as confident as I am, which I consider myself to be, and that is a story I've written myself, and I affirm that to myself every day. I'm confident as bleep. That is literally one of my affirmations. Y'all can have it and take it if you're not already using it. It's a great one. But the reason why I say this, and I joke about it, but it's so true, guys. When you have a very, very confident, loving, positive view of yourself, the people that show up in your life are going to have to be a reflection. And I don't say it like a mirror. It's more so a pushed out. So the word reflection, don't get it confused with being a mirror to you. Because you could, and I'm going to bring this example up. There's a lot of people you might come across in life who may act as though they are confident, or perfect case scenario is like you might look at someone and aesthetically they might be very pleasing or attractive to the eye, but within they're telling themselves a really negative story. They're saying mean things to themselves, and as basic and simple as that sounds, they're not going to be able to be as powerfully manifesting the things that they want into their lives, even again, as like the external world might seem that way in certain regards in their life or lifestyle. That ultimately, in order to be able to manifest the most powerfully for yourself, your self-concept does need to be strong. It needs to be loving. It needs to be positive, and we're human, guys, so it's not going to be necessarily, I'm intending that hopefully for all of y'all, the majority of time, you have a very positive self-concept, but like, let's be real, there are times when I don't feel my best, or that I feel a little bit low, or I catch myself in a thought of like, and then that's where you have to be your own little vigilante, as I've said in other videos. You need to catch yourself in those little moments where you're feeling less than, or not worthy, or not deserving, and you need to be your own cheerleader. That is what having a high self-concept is. It is hyping yourself up. You need to be thinking of yourself as the mother bleeping prize, because you are a mother bleeping prize, okay? You are on a pedestal, and you should be in your own mind. You are a king or queen of your reality, and your reality is your kingdom. That is how you need to be viewing yourself in order to be able to powerfully manifest what it is you want into your life. And I know I probably sound like whoo, 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 because this concept is so powerful. If y'all can master self-concept, and when I say master, don't get that confused with perfection, because again, you're gonna have times, hopefully less than more, where you might go into a little negative thought about yourself. It's all good, guys. What do we do in those times? You go back to your positive affirmations. So if there's times that you catch yourself and you are feeling, and this is a good one to actually note, if there's times that you catch yourself feeling like not worthy enough of getting a manifestation, or maybe it's to do with like an SP. I know SP is always like so popular, right? So maybe you're in a situation where you don't think you're good enough for somebody, or maybe you don't think you're deserving of a healthy, happy, whole, romantic, passionate relationship, or whatever the story is that you're playing to yourself. Those are the significant times. Those are like opportunities for you guys to really hone in on having the best self-concept and go, whoa, no. We do not talk to ourselves like that. We do not even allow ourselves to go in that arena. No. We're gonna be our own biggest cheerleader, and we're gonna hype ourselves up and go, heck yes, I deserve that thing, that person, that whatever. Yes, you do deserve that. Like, guys, this has been a game changer for me. I thought that I'm gonna share very transparently with you guys in my own meditation journey, because I'm still learning and I always will be. But when I was able to become aware of what I was lacking in, and that's I'm not affirming that, but to this day, because that's a story that I am affirming, I have changed now. But basically, when I was able to pinpoint where it was that I needed to improve, that I had now improved in those areas for my manifestations to become more powerful and for things to show up more consistently, one of the big ones for me was self-concept. And I think for a lot of people watching, it might be the same for you out there. It wasn't that I couldn't decide or think of what I wanted in my life. It wasn't about that for me. And I also do consider myself a very confident young woman. Like, I've always had a very for many years now anyways, I I've changed that story about myself in thinking that I do deserve a life that I absolutely love. I do deserve to be happy. I do deserve a healthy and wholesome and beautiful existence around me. So it's not about that. For me, though, I didn't realize that it was like those micro moments that I would have internally where I would catch myself sometimes saying little things to myself that would be demeaning, or that it really wasn't that I necessarily always thought that I did deserve things, or maybe even was ready for things to show up for me. And the reason why I'm bringing all of this up is because I want y'all to manifest whatever the heck it is that your heart deeply desires and your soul wants into your life, and to turn your reality into your dream life. But most importantly, what I have found in my past is, I would say, pre-focusing so much on self-concept, what I would find is that I would a lot of times actually easily be able to manifest things into my reality. Where I would get tripped up in my past was that I wouldn't necessarily be able to maintain or have them stay consistently in my reality. And once I mastered the concept of self-concept and really honed more in on that than the actual things I wanted, that was a big shift internally that then allowed things to consistently start flowing in my life. So things like, opportunities, money, people, relationships, so many things that I honestly could list so many things that are now consistent in my life that I wasn't feeling were stable or secure before. Now I just feel so grounded in knowing that whenever I feel any sort of uncertainty, which is very rare actually in my life anymore, I can always go back to self-concept, because I'm number one, I'm always chosen, I choose me. That's like one of my actual first affirmations I write to myself when I'm writing in my morning journal. I always say I'm number one, and I always choose me. You guys have to choose you first. You're number one for you. If you're making other people or you're making other things in your life the priority or the prize or more important than yourself, chances are you're not going to be able to manifest as much as you want. And even if you do, if you haven't mastered self-concept, even when they show up, for example, perfect example, this happens so often when manifesting an SP, a specific person shows up and they actually come into your reality in the way you want them to, finally, or maybe right away, depending on your limiting beliefs and what you've worked through. But then what ends up happening, if you haven't actually become a master at self-concept, meaning that you have the security, the confidence, the belief about yourself within, you will go back to your limiting beliefs, and then that person will disappear, or they will start being hot and cold, or things will start happening so that they're not consistently showing up in the way you want them to, because they're only a pushed out version of you. They're only a pushed out version of your self-concept. That's why this is so important to master. Now, when it comes to percentages, and I'm not going to get into math with you guys, but I bring up percentages because a lot of times people ask, like, if you're affirming constantly, you're affirming for different areas of your life. So maybe one area is money, maybe one area is health, maybe one area is, body, maybe one area is relationships, maybe one area is your SP, maybe another area is, I don't know, home and car and material things. Whatever you guys are wanting to manifest, there's lots of different things in different areas. When it comes to manifesting, and the correlation of affirmations and how, like, kind of what percentage you should be focused on versus the actual other things, about at least 70%. This is what I would suggest, and this is kind of like from, I'm tapped into a lot of different manifestation groups and kind of across the board. at least 70% of your your affirmations for your manifestations should be pertained to you, like really honed in on you. And for a perfect example, so self-concept affirmations could be things like, I am love, I am healthy, I am whole, I am happy, I'm desired, I'm irresistible. Ooh, I love that one. I am irresistible. That one's beautiful. There's so many amazing ones to do with self-concept. That should be making up about 70%, because again, at the end of even if you make all your affirmations 100% about you and self-concept, everyone's going to be a pushed out version. Everything is going to be a pushed out version of you. So the more you make you the focus, the more that everything's going to push out in reflection of what you're focused on, which is you and bettering yourself, believing in yourself, being confident in yourself. So all that being said, guys, the main thing I want you to take away from this episode about self-concept is that you need to know that you are number one. You are a rare and special gem. Do not treat yourself or let other people treat you like a ring pop. Yes, a ring pop, because you are not a ring pop. You are so beautiful. You are so capable of manifesting whatever it is you want. And it always, always, always is going to start with you. And it's always going to stem from your beautiful, positive, loving self-belief. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I intend that it was exactly the message that you needed to hear today. And as always, I'm so grateful for y'all joining me for another, connection together on YouTube. If y'all want to connect with me outside of YouTube, I'm pretty much everywhere on social media: TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the places. It's at Mandy J. Ross. Thank you as well for all of your likes and shares and comments and subscriptions. Always, that means the world to me, especially when you guys share this content with other people, as everyone deserves to know that they can create a life that they absolutely love as well in your world. And if y'all want to leave a comment below, I love reading your comments. You can let me know what are some of your favorite self-concept affirmations. I'd love to hear yours. I know I shared some with y'all in the video, but I'd love to hear what some of your top ones are. I could honestly, I think I should just create a meditation just on self-concept affirmations, because to be able to hear them and repeat them is so beautiful, as like just a way to love yourself through that meditative state of repetition of affirmations to do with self-love and self-concept. So that's something that I'm working on. I know some of you have requested meditation since I put out my other ones. I'll put a link to the playlist. Actually, I do have a playlist. I'll put that in the video description below, to some of the past meditations I've created. And as always, guys, if you are someone who wants to dive deeper into releasing your limiting beliefs and getting rid of some of your blocks that you feel you have, I am so happy to work one-on-one with y'all as a coach for mindset and manifestation. I'm also going to put a link below in the description for the coaching, but also for my free Facebook community group that I created, so you guys can connect with one another and, meet other people who are with the same mindset, same expansive mindsets. And that's just Pave Your Paradise on Facebook. If you join, I would gladly accept you into the community there. I will also put links below, which I mentioned in the top of the video, for my podcast and my blog, which are all found mandijross.com. And as always, on that positive note, guys, again, thank you for sharing this space and time together. I am wishing you a blessed and beautiful day out there.